We are obsessed with the beginning, the spark, the chemistry, the click. But we are illiterate in the ending, especially the ending that happens before anything has truly begun. You know the feeling. You sit across from them. The coffee is lukewarm. The conversation is labor. It is work. You know within the first 10 minutes, this is not it. The erotic friction is zero. The intellectual curiosity is dead on arrival. But the date ends. You smile. You engage in the social theater. You hug. Perhaps you even utter that reflexively dangerous phrase, "We should do this again." You walk away. You breathe. You are safe until the phone buzzes. "I had a great time. When are you free next week?" Now, the crisis begins. We live in a paradox of connection. We have never been more accessible, yet we have never been more terrified of direct communication. We want safety, but we crave the thrill of the unknown. And when the unknown turns out to be disappointing, when the other is just boring or awkward or simply not for us, we treat them like a glitched app. We want to swipe them away, but they are not pixels. They are flesh and blood. And you are paralyzed. Why is this simple, no so excruciating? Why do we choose ghosting, the silence that screams, over a sentence of truth? We tell ourselves it is because we are nice. We say, "I don't want to hurt their feelings." This is the great lie of modern dating. You are not protecting them. You are protecting yourself. You are protecting yourself from the discomfort of witnessing their disappointment. That is not kindness. That is cowardice masquerading as empathy. Let's look at the biology of this panic. When that text message arrives, your body reacts as if a saber-toothed tiger has entered the cave. John Gottman talks about flooding, a surge of adrenaline and cortisol that usually happens during a marital fight. But in the modern dating landscape, this flooding happens in the silence of your own living room. Your heart rate elevates. Your nervous system detects a threat. The threat is not physical danger. The threat is social rejection. We are herd animals. Deep in our evolutionary coding, to reject a member of the tribe or to be the cause of conflict risks isolation. So, your sympathetic nervous system screams, flight, run away. Ignore the text. Hope they get the hint. You go into avoidance mode to regulate your own anxiety, not theirs. You are soothing your own nervous system at the expense of their dignity. And then, there is the shadow. Carl Jung would ask us, who is sitting at that table with you? It is never just two people. When you struggle to say, no, you are often projecting. You are projecting your own fragility onto them. You look at them and you see a victim. You imagine they will crumble. You imagine they are desperate. But ask yourself, is that the reality of this stranger? Or is that your own fear of abandonment, projected outward? Perhaps you hate their neediness because you have not made peace with your own. Perhaps you found them boring because you are terrified of being bored with yourself. The no feels like a weapon because you have turned rejection into a judgment of character rather than what it truly is, a judgment of fit. You are not saying, you are a bad person. You are saying, we are a dissonant chord. But because we lack the language for this dissonance, we drift. We slow fade. We answer 3 hours late, then 6, then a day, hoping the entropy of the universe will do the dirty work for us. We treat people like consumer goods with a return policy we are too lazy to process. But here is the brutal truth. Ambiguity is a form of torture. Clarity is the only true form of mercy. The nice thing to do is to lie. The kind thing to do is to be true. And until we learn the difference, we will continue to haunt each other in a graveyard of unsent texts and unfinished business. So, how do we perform the alchemy? How do we transmute this leaden weight of guilt into the gold of clear action? We must begin by rewriting the script in your head. You are not an executioner swinging an axe. You are a curator. You are curating your life, and by extension, you are respecting their time. Every moment you keep them in the limbo of maybe, you are stealing from their future, a future where they might meet someone who is actually excited to see them. To reject someone with grace is to return their time to them. It is an offering. Now, the protocol. Gottman teaches us about the soft start up. In a relationship, this prevents a fight. In a rejection, it prevents devastation. You validate the shared experience before you draw the boundary. But, and this is critical, you do not linger in the validation. You do not overpraise. If you tell them they are amazing, funny, intelligent, and perfect, they will be left wondering, if I am so perfect, why don't you want me? That is cognitive dissonance. It drives the nervous system insane. Instead, we use the subjective truth. You must speak entirely from your own experience, your own internal resonance, not about their deficits. Do not say, "You are too quiet for me." Do not say, "You aren't my type." These are judgments on their being. They trigger the shadow. They invite the other person to defend themselves, to change, to bargain. Say, "I didn't feel the romantic connection I'm looking for." Say, "I didn't feel the chemistry shift from platonic to romantic." Notice the difference. I didn't feel. This is unarguable. It is a report on the weather of your own heart. No one can debate your feelings. It closes the door on negotiation without slamming the door on their dignity. Here is the precise architecture of the text. It has 3 parts: the acknowledgement, the truth, the release, the script. "Hey Jane, thank you for the coffee yesterday. I truly appreciated meeting you and hearing your stories. To be open with you, I didn't feel the romantic spark I'm looking for to move things forward. I respect your time too much to leave you guessing. I wish you the very best out there." Read that again. It is firm. It is final. It creates a container of safety. There are no loose ends. Avoid the "let's be friends" consolation prize unless you genuinely, deeply mean it. Usually, "let's be friends" is just a pacifier we shove in their mouth to silence our own guilt. If you don't intend to invite them to your birthday party next month, do not offer friendship. Silence is better than a fake promise. Jung warns us about the persona, the mask we wear. When you ghost or when you lie, your persona is brittle. You are trying to be the nice guy or the good girl. But deep down, your shadow knows you are acting out of fear. When you send that text, you might feel a spike of anxiety. Your heart will race. This is normal. It is the death of the people-pleaser archetype within you. Let it die. Watch what happens after you press send. The world does not end. Most of the time, you will receive a response that surprises you. "Thanks for the honesty. I appreciate it." Why? Because in a dating culture drowning in ambiguity, clarity is a rare commodity. It is refreshing. You have treated them like an adult, not a fragile child. You have honored their animus, their capacity for reason and resilience. And if they react poorly, if they lash out, then you have your confirmation. You have dodged a bullet. Their reaction to a boundary tells you everything you need to know about their capacity for a relationship. Ultimately, saying no is an act of erotic intelligence. It defines the edges of who you are. A yes means nothing if you do not have access to a no. By declining what creates dissonance, you are tuning your instrument, right? You are making space for the resonance you actually desire. Stop holding your breath. Send the text. Release them to find their person, and release yourself to find yours. Your insights are valuable to this community. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.